welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Figuring Out Epilepsy, where we talk about all things epilepsy plus more. For today's episode, I just want to talk about life with epilepsy, and that's kind of a broad topic, but with the new year just around the corner, I wanted to talk about life with epilepsy and how we shouldn't allow our chronic illness to get in the way of living our lives. Since I was diagnosed with epilepsy back when I was 11 years old, what was it, 2001? I felt like I was living in a bubble. I felt like I was living behind four walls. I felt like I was just stuck for years and years and years. And recently I posted on my Instagram that the more my epilepsy tries to control me, the more I want to rebel. And I feel like that's kind of like what I'm going through. Even if you have somewhat control over your seizures and you are seizure free, you still go through a lot of the emotions. You still deal with a lot of mental health aspects and emotional aspects of your chronic illness. I don't consider myself seizure free just because my medication, the medication I take every single day, does not control my seizures. The only reason I haven't had a tonic-clonic seizure in 3 years is because of my rescue medicine. When I feel a tonic-clonic coming on, I take one of my rescue medicines and it prevents me from having a tonic-clonic seizure. So I feel like because it's technically not my everyday medication, I don't feel I have the right to say I'm seizure free. I feel like I still have a lot to work on as far as becoming seizure free. And I feel like that I don't even know what to say, that title, that honor, I guess, of being seizure free is just does not belong to me. It could be like a mental aspect of the chronic illness and not feeling like it's real or something. But I don't consider myself that. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I consider myself seizure free or not? I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm trying to live my life. But yeah, back when I was 11, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. I talked about my first seizure in the first episode of the podcast, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. When I got diagnosed with epilepsy, it was a huge change for my family. It was, epilepsy wasn't something we ever heard of before. We didn't know what seizures were. We didn't know what epilepsy was. It was the first time we were learning as I was living my life. And, with my mom being a single parent, when I got diagnosed, she was very protective of me. She didn't want me to have a seizure out in public. She didn't want me to get hurt or, because I get very stubborn when I'm about to have a seizure. My daughter and my family absolutely hate that about me, but I can't help it. It's part of my seizures. I get super stubborn where I don't listen to anyone. I mean, I'm kind of a stubborn person in general, but right before a seizure, I'm like worse. I'm really bad. And I can admit that. I'm really bad. I'm really stubborn and I don't listen to anyone. I think it's the just being in denial, to be quite honest, like in denial of that I'm about to have a seizure. Like I don't want to think about me about to have a seizure. I don't want to think about me having to go to the hospital every time I have a seizure, because I have to go to the hospital every time I have a seizure. That's part of my journey, and I'll go into that another time. But I because this was all new to my family, and because my mom was trying to figure this out, just being a single mom and having a daughter with epilepsy, she got really protective, and she didn't want me to go anywhere. I was very rebellious when I was in my teen years. I lied to my mom a lot. I'm sorry, mommy. I lied a lot to my mom. I told her I was going to be at my friend's house, but in reality, I was out probably drinking or smoking weed with my brother. Um, I was off doing, God knows what. I was very rebellious when I was a teen. I didn't like the idea of my epilepsy controlling my life. I didn't like the thought that I'm not able to do the same things as my peers. And I kind of feel like I don't know, kind of feel like I'm kind of feeling like that right now. Like, I don't want my epilepsy to control my life. I don't want my epilepsy to tell me what I can and cannot do with my life. And so for 2024, I said I'm going to be the best version of myself. I am going to, incorporate exercising every single day. Not just exercise for 2 weeks or a month and then stop, and then a couple months later start it again, because that is my habit. I'll be doing so good for like 2 weeks to a month, and then all of a sudden I'll stop for like 3 months, and then I'll start again. No, I don't want to do that. 2024, we're gonna get in shape, and it's not about looking good or the way my appearance wise. I just want my body to be able to function at its highest level. So, for your body to be able to do that, you need to incorporate exercise, and you need to incorporate a healthy diet and lifestyle. For 2024, I really want to incorporate, the keto diet. And for me, I love pasta. I absolutely love pasta. I can eat pasta every single day. And I think I did for like 2 weeks at one point this year. We ate pasta like every day, which is so bad. It did have broccoli in it, but I mean, still. um, for me, I have been told that I need to cut back on sugar, and carbs turn into sugar. So I really need to cut back on all my pasta, sadly, all my sugars, because I love sugar. I've been eating, there's so many pictures of me when I was a little kid eating so much candy. I love candy. It's so bad. back when I was little, I used to eat all my Halloween candy on Halloween. Like that candy did not survive past October. Some people have candy for years. Like that's how my mom is. But I love candy so much I cannot. And so I'm not gonna completely stop, because I know I can't. I know myself. I won't be able to stop it, but I do want to cut down and not eat the artificial candies like Jolly Rancher. I noticed that one makes me twitch. No offense to Jolly Ranchers, I do love you, but it affects me. I want to incorporate more just like dark chocolates, just chocolates, because chocolate isn't that bad for you. So as long as it's in moderation, I really need to cut back on my sweets and stuff, and no more cakes. And I don't really like cakes, but no more cupcakes, or like, what's another thing that I eat a lot? Oh, You know what I should cut back on? My chai tea lattes and my Starbucks, even though I haven't had Starbucks in months, but I'm just saying like coffee in general, because when I don't like the taste of coffee, so I will add like sugar on sugar on sugar. So I need to cut back on no more going to like Dutch Bros or just getting that sugary coffee that I love so much. No more chai teas, and just try to incorporate a healthier lifestyle. I have been told by doctors that I need to incorporate more protein into my diet. That's why I want to go on the keto diet, because I have been told that I don't eat enough protein. I've been like this since I was little. I have a hard time eating protein. And it's a certain type of protein that I need that you can only get from meat. It's a vitamin that just comes from meat, and I need that one for my brain to be healthier. So I need to incorporate, that's why I want to incorporate the keto diet and just eating more meat. It's going to be very difficult for me, but my diet needs to change. And um, I'm doing a 12-month book challenge if anyone wants to join me, because we're going to read some epilepsy books. We are going to read some self-help books. And yeah, 2024 is just really about being the best version of ourselves. And, you can join me on this journey of improving myself in my life, and you guys can come along with me. I'm doing a 12-month book challenge. Like I mentioned, I am also doing, every month I'm going to be posting a new workout routine. So you guys can join me on that. But I just really want to feel my healthiest, feel mentally, emotionally, physically. I just want to feel my healthiest, and just have my body at a high level as far as being healthy. There, we can't control a lot of things when it comes to epilepsy, but we can control how our body is. We can control if our body is healthy or not. It may not function perfectly, but we can help it along the way. And I think diet and exercise is really important, especially those of us with a chronic illness. And it can be so hard living with fatigue every single day, because that's the hardest thing I have to deal with on a daily basis, is just always feeling like I'm tired, always feeling like I have no energy. And I just, I don't sleep well. I have insomnia. So sleeping is very difficult for me. And that's probably a contributing factor to feeling tired all the time. But we're going to be the best version of ourselves, and we're not going to allow epilepsy to stop us from living our lives. And epilepsy has a control over our lives in a lot of aspects. Some of us can't go to work, a lot of us can't drive. There's things that we want to do, and I just want everyone to just go for it. Just live your life. If you have a dream to be an actor or a lawyer, doctor, teacher, starting your own business, writing a book, whatever your dream is, I want you to go for it. I don't want you to allow your chronic illness to stop you from living your life. Sometimes having a chronic illness, like I said, we're not able to do a lot of things. And a lot of the times we're stuck at home. And I don't want to live my life being stuck at home anymore. I want to see what the world has to offer. There's so many wonderful things that the world has to offer, and I want to see it. If I want to travel, I'm going to go travel. If I want to do a trip on a train, I'm going to go on the train. if I want to go skydiving, I don't know. I was supposed to go skydiving with my dad when I was 19, but if I want to go skydiving, I'm going to go skydiving. I don't want my epilepsy to stop me from doing what I want to do. I have always wanted to go skydiving. I just want to experience it, even though I am absolutely terrified of heights. Absolutely. I say this is why I'm short, because I was too afraid to grow. You can tell how cheesy I am, huh? But I just want to see what it's like. I want to, go swim with the dolphins. I want to go in a hot air balloon and see what that's like. I want to go to a different country and see what do they have over there, what it's like to be in a different country like Europe or Japan. My daughter wants to go to Japan. I want to go to Greece and Italy and Egypt. So maybe we'll take a trip somewhere, do something. I want to go to the Grand Canyon. I have family in Arizona, but I've never been to the Grand Canyon, and I'm gonna go. So this episode is really just about don't letting your epilepsy stop you from living your life. I get, sometimes that we don't have no control over that. Sometimes we have a seizure. Sometimes we're not feeling our best, and, we have to take our rest. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with getting the rest that you need. There's nothing wrong with, taking a chill day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying don't stop living your life because you have a chronic illness. If you're feeling okay and you are able to go out there and do something you always wanted to do. If you wanted to learn how to sew, I'm thinking of things that I want to do. I've always wanted to learn how to sew. I'm going to learn how to sew. If you always wanted to, go to college or write a book or, start your own business, do it. Don't let your chronic illness stop you. You can do it. There's so many people out there that have epilepsy. They're living with a chronic illness and they are out here living their lives, Lil Wayne is an example. Prince was an example. Cameron Boyce was an example. I've met people who are teachers, and I've met people who work for different organizations. If you want to volunteer and help more with bringing epilepsy awareness, go for it. Reach out to the Epilepsy Foundation, reach out to different epilepsy foundations where you can do more volunteer work. Start posting, reposting, there's so much people can do. You want to tell your story? You can come on my podcast and tell your epilepsy story. Everyone is welcome. All you got to do is ask, honestly. Probably the best way to reach me is honestly Instagram, because I'm always on Instagram. Yeah. But I just feel like those of us with a chronic illness shouldn't stop reaching for the stars, shouldn't stop living the best possible life we can live. And, sometimes, I don't know how other people are. I can only speak on myself, but there's times where I'm feeling okay, where I'm able to do things, and I get lazy, or I didn't feel good the day before, so it kind of trickles over to the next day, and then the next day, and then like a week has gone by and I haven't done squat with my life. So that's really what I'm talking about, is just letting your epilepsy be epilepsy over there, somewhere on the side, the corner, and not letting it interfere with your life. Recently on Instagram, I posted about a question I had for my neurologist. I want to start doing jujitsu. I was gonna put my daughter in jujitsu because it's a wonderful exercise and you get to learn self-defense. And I think that's very important for women. So I wanted to do jujitsu with my daughter, but I didn't know because it's honestly it's combat. It's like karate. So I didn't know if I was allowed to because it's combat. And my own neurologist was like, Sam, you have epilepsy, but doesn't mean you have to stop living your life. You can live your life in a safe way. You can travel, we just got to take extra precautions as far as certain things that we want to do. If you want to travel more, you know, travel and take precautions. Always stay safe, but don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you from doing what you want to do. And go out there and see the world. Don't live behind a bubble. Don't live behind closed doors and just always being at home. You want to go to the park, go to the park. I want to go zipline. I think I'm more, I'm really trying to do more of the adventurous stuff. Like I want to go ziplining. There's this cool place in LA that you can do zipline. I want to do that. I want to go on a hike to the waterfalls. We actually have waterfalls here in California, if you guys didn't know. I want to do that. I want to learn how to snowboard. I've always wanted to learn how to snowboard. What would be cool too is learn how to skateboard. That would be so cool. I would say surfing too, but I'm kind of scared of the ocean and water that's deeper than how tall I am. If it's deeper than 5 feet, I can't do it. So I think surfing is out for me. But like there's those indoor skydiving things that you can do, or actually go skydiving, if you can. Watch me one day, I'm gonna jump out of an airplane. Watch. So I just that's honestly all I really wanted to say was just don't let your epilepsy stop you from living your life. If you want to try something new, like I want to sew, so one day I'm gonna buy myself a machine and learn how to sew. I already have a teacher in mind. He's one of my friend's dads. So I'm talking to him about him possibly teaching me how to sew. So that would be so cool. Maybe I'll design my own clothing line. Like, man, I did get into fitting for a reason, right? But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say is just don't let your epilepsy stop you from living your life. Always be safe. Always, listen to your body and rest when you need to rest. But when you're feeling good, don't stay inside. Go out there, see the world, see what the world has to offer you. Like we need to explore the world, and there's so much we can do. Like we don't always have to stay inside and live our lives as if we're in a bubble. We have a chronic illness. We're not supposed to be on our beds all the time. Go outside for like 5-10 minutes, even more, and just let the sun hit you. It's not good to be indoors all the time. Go outside. Go for a mini walk around the neighborhood. Go, if you have pets, if you have dogs, go outside and hang out with your dogs. It doesn't always have to be indoors. And I think that's really what I am going to incorporate. Maybe I'll add it to, maybe I'll make some like YouTube videos of living life 2024. Because I do have a YouTube channel. So I'll link that down below. And I'll probably start like doing vlog type of stuff for 2024. So many things. But anyways, I hope this helped a little bit. I hope it was a little bit inspirational, motivational, and it inspires everyone to just go out there, live their lives, and not let epilepsy stop them from, reaching their dreams, reaching their goals, and seeing what the world has to offer. So I love you guys. I will talk to you guys on the next episode.